Burberry V Long, Burberry V Long. Janet Jackson, she all for the culture. Put the ferry through the bridge, Brooklyn, yeah, I go hard. I got the Midas touch in the best states, watch your mouth. Girls on girls like detox, I don't wanna come out. This ain't a 10 count, I don't ever let you go down. Artist of the month, every month, see the numbers so evident. Cross the street, cross the Red Sea like Moses, not me. I just blacked out my EP, this costs a lot. First sight, varsity jacket a lot. I take out my chick a lot, she walk like a dog a lot. Big bag like I'm in a crazy room. Love letters that I wrote down, never got to see the opinion from. Where they at, babe, where they at, babe, gotta take.
Look how much water is in this vegetable. I'm trying to make sure I see it. Look. That's how much water is in this cucumber. They're more succulent to the beach. And we're gonna get into this apples. We're gonna get into the nitty gritty of the apples soon. So hope you all enjoy. That was just like a fun fact. That's just a fun fact because in my country we actually eat some food. So watermelon is actually part of they eat cucumbers. They make them in the pickles, but that's actually part of our diet. So, yeah. So outside of watermelon and seaweed that I know of, cucumbers they're more succulent to the water. So my Wednesday crush is Tommy Lee from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. She just came to Philly and she was drinking. She was drinking, mixing water coolers, mixing water coolers and mixes with the liquor. Succulent, lovely. I know she also got the Keep It Southern. She also got like a Chirac remix. She got the drill song with her and her bitch, a bunch of guns. I love it. If you ever watch the video's amazing. And she's very amazing, attractive, thick, voluptuous woman. You know what I'm saying? Definitely gets her cornbread, eats her chicken and cabbage, all that. So shout out to Tommy Lee. We're gonna keep it Southern and moving. Something that my family has me doing right now. Like my family personally has me doing right now is actually doing a lot of history, a lot of reading, a lot of getting to know not only myself but just the history of Afro-Caribbean, Afrocentric Black culture. And also we have been asking a lot of questions. So next episode we're gonna do 21 questions. Leading into not only the primaries but actually the actual elections. We're going to ask a lot of voting, a lot of hey, what you're doing, your opinions, what's your favorite song, what have you been reading, what type of movies do you like, do you like streaming, do you use Roku, are you into sports, like what's like are you graduating, would you be a valedictorian, do you think proms are corny? So yeah, so prom queen's corny, prom king corny, is that corny? So just getting everybody's opinion, a lot of people's opinion on things, and we're definitely gonna be doing that. So yeah, but moving into something more serious, but keeping it seven. I was reading about the history of church. I feel like that era has passed. Like church was so influential, needed, and a primary source of the evolution of Black culture and the seriousness of the Black community. I feel like church and education were both places that people of African descent could come to and not only gain knowledge, but also find places of refuge and people that are similar to them that could help them with whatever strife they're having. Now, particularly for me, I like people like Malcolm X, people like Martin Luther King. Both of those men, from my understanding, the text that I read, are both Baptists. They're both Baptist men. So they had different ideologies, and this was, I want to say the year was in the 1960s, 1970s. Spare spare me. So I want to say they were both Baptist men, and they died within the same year of each other. So when one passed away, the other passed away, and he had different ideology. Malcolm X, as in he was nonviolent, and Malcolm X was more so, we will succeed by any means necessary. So that's just something I've been looking into, and it's just interesting that they both passed away within the same year of each other. So that's something interesting, just ideologies, and doing enough studying and research and educating yourself until you, Andrew Taylor, can decide what type of person you will be. I don't want you just like get all the information and life experience and decide what type of person you choose to be. So that was interesting, and it also reminds me of the Tupac and Biggie thing that happened maybe 10, 20 years later, where they both died within the same year of each other. And for me, like, having experienced anything, the only thing I could experience that was similar to that was when PNB passed away. I think Trump had lost the first, he was out of office. And he was out of office, and this was when he had like 50 counts, 50 felonies. So I think PNB had passed away, Takeoff had passed away, and Desto had passed away. And they had all passed away in the same year. And that's kind of like the closest thing that I can remember of having anything similar to that. So as somebody of North Philly, how I'm looking at things, I feel like the times of people's faith being, I want to say, so tied in together, I feel like those times are passing. I feel like everybody needs to be themselves, needs to stand on their own and decide what type of person they're going to be. So that's just something I was reading, and I actually just got a text from the Obama administration via Kamala, and they had said something interesting. They were like, well, the thing about Andrew is how I'm looking at how we looking at the Iran deal on the Obama administration via Kamala. We can make a deal. It could be a deal. I'm looking at the war in Iraq, but I feel like none of them are substantially better than the previous leader. Like they're all impressive, but none of them are necessarily better than the previous person. So that's something that's very serious. So, and I'm looking at it, and again, I wasn't raised to be a politician, nor was I raised to be a musician. So, but even if you were, I don't think you were substantially better than the previous person. You're just not. So that's something that is taken in a very serious consideration. But again, I wasn't raised as a political person. I don't give a fuck about politics. I didn't even like music. I didn't even like hip hop. Like growing up, I listened to Akon. And my favorite artist was Akon Ensemble. Facts. Period. Like period. None of that shit. So, but you acquiesce to the culture. So yeah. So that was that's kind of something. This is more interesting. So, but we're definitely gonna be doing promos for the new music that came out via Neptune, which is my mixtape. So if you love Neptune, if you like beaches, water, if you like Afrocentric things, picnics, cornbread, chicken, all that FIFA sports, you could throw that Neptune on if you in a strip club. They just did FIFA. I got a coat on. They just did FIFA. Yeah, FIFA. So fire. So just doing promos for the Neptune. We probably got the For Me video. That's probably one of the favorite videos that people like. It's the intro to the track. It's an intro to the project. It's an intro to the album. It's the intro to the album, and it's just lovely. And we're gonna do the remix for V Long. very low. So the remix for very low, which like should drop any day. And as far as the video, those are two things we're working on: is the remix and the video. So just making sure, just when everything's cooked up, everything cooked up, I'm dropping. So never something wrong. So this is what they make pickles out of. So definitely delicious. Doing more research. And doing more research. Doing more research. They still building. They hopefully building a school overseas. So I'm looking forward to that. So definitely sending some money over via the church. So even though I feel like that era is over per se, I still feel like it's still pertinent.